Like, I would hate if a guy ever asked me like to make it official or to be exclusive or whatever on Valentine's Day, because that means our anniversary would be on Valentine's Day and he'd only have to give me one present. Happy Thursday, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Drinks After Work, where we give you that after work energy and talk about everything and everything and anything under the sun other than freaking work, with your hosts, Abby and Shannon. Welcome back.
Welcome back. I'm Abby.
I'm Shannon.
This is another episode of Drinks After Work.
Woo woo!
So we had our Valentines dinner last week.
Yes.
What a night. Thank you guys so much for coming out. Everyone that came out, we love you so much. It was so nice to be able to get to meet people that have been either listening for a while or just recently found us, and like hear their stories, hear where they're from. Like there's girls all over. There's girls that showed up alone. There's girls that showed up squad deep. Like it was honestly amazing.
It was so fun. You know what was like my favorite too was there was this group of like 5 or 6 girls sitting together, and they were having so much fun all night at the Valentine's Day dinner at their table. And I went up to them at the end and I was like chit-chatting, and I was like, so how do you guys know each other? Like, did you meet in school? And they were like, no, we met through your Facebook group. And I was like, what? And they were like, yeah, we've been hanging out the past 2 weeks, and we're like gonna be lifelong friends. Like, thank you. And I like started tearing up because I was like, that's so cute.
I know.
It made me feel warm.
Well, thank you, Don Julio and Keto One, for sponsoring the event. We couldn't have done it without you.
Yeah.
So we hope to have it again next year, and it'll be bigger and better.
Yes, and thank you to Truly for sponsoring this episode. We couldn't do it without you.
No, we wish we were freaking sponsored, but it's sponsoring our bodies to freaking get through the day.
Yes, literally. Thank you for helping us get through it, even if you don't know who we are.
Yes.
We know who you are.
So for those of you that are watching us on YouTube, you can see that we have 2 strangers in the room sitting down next to us. 2 beautiful, amazing strangers.
Yes, 2 flirty, fun cuties sitting next to us. They snuck into the studio. We have accompanying us today on this week's episode, the 2 sisters built by Biron.
Woo!
What
Here we are.
up, honeys?
Hello,
So good to be here.
We're so excited.
So we have Maddie and Carly joining us. They are, again, like Shannon said, from Built by Biron, but they also are part of the Big Night Media family. They have their own podcast, Eat the Damn Cake.
Woo!
So make sure you go.
Not a sexual cake.
No.
Just a regular cake.
Just a good old regular cake,
Frosting and all.
Yes. Yes. So we will get into them later this episode, but make sure you guys check them out because they are amazing, and we're so lucky to have them here tonight.
We love you.
Yes, thank you for joining. It's funny you said the sexual cake thing, because when I was telling them this earlier before we started recording, I was like, when I first heard about you guys, I was like, wow, eat the damn cake, that's aggressive. Like I like it, but it's aggressive.
Forward energy.
And then I started listening to the show, and I was like, this is actually the cutest podcast ever, and it's actually a very good meaning, and it wasn't what I thought at all. So
Nothing to do with the ass.
No raunchy. I feel like maybe that'll be the clickbait
2.0.
It's like, it's raunchy, but
it's
not. Not at all. We swear, and then we got called out by our mom on Facebook for swearing in our podcast.
Well, hey, we have a swear jar, so we're right there with you.
Oh, wow, you do?
Yeah, trying not to swear.
Is it just F-bombs, right?
F-bomb.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So I'll try to be careful.
I know. It's hard not to say bitches, but like F-bombs sometimes.
But bitches is like a term of endearment.
Exactly.
I love being called a bad bitch.
Hey, bitch.
Yeah.
What's up, bitch? I love that.
Yes. So not only was it Galentine's last week, but it was also Valentine's Day this weekend.
Womp, womp, womp. Yeah.
What? What do you mean womp, womp, womp?
No, honestly, I had a blast for Valentine's Day. It was really, really fun.
Yeah. What'd you do?
So we went out on Saturday night, and honestly, I feel like it's been so long that Michael and I have been out one-on-one.
Yep.
And have had just a night, the 2 of us, because I feel like we're one of those couples that are always with our friends.
The more the merrier. Yeah.
Yes, we're like a friend couple. I don't know if that makes sense.
No,
but
that's me and my boyfriend
exactly.
too. 100%.
We've had the same group of friends kind of since college, and when it's the 2 of us, we're like, well, who can we text to hang out with us? And I don't know if that's if that's a warning that we don't know how to spend time alone. I don't know, but we always do that. And it was Valentine's Day, and we're like, okay, we can do this. We're gonna go out the two of us. Like, I
I'm proud of his commitment.
I did end up shooting all of our friends a text and being
You're
like, you guys want to come
hang
hang out later?
I was like, no.
You're like, it's Valentine's Day.
But so we went out for drinks before dinner. We get to dinner. We went to Smith and Willinski, and we showed up like hammered to dinner.
Love that vibe.
Yeah, it just, and like we were sitting there and we were like, do we just get like a bunch of French fries? We're at this wicked nice steak place. We like ordered like a bunch of rounds of French fries. The waitress was like, "Are you okay?"
No. And like sobering up, but
yeah, we had this like spot in the back of the like
they have the best rolls
view. Yes, so good. And we had this like view of the entire restaurant, and we were people watching. And there was this one couple all night, and I think they were fighting because they didn't say a word to each other for 2 hours. Like she was staring there into the distance, and her boyfriend was sitting there on his phone, and they did not speak. We literally were watching them. We're like, are they gonna do it? And they'd make eye contact and then not speak.
That's nightmare
energy. We were like, what's happening between them? It was like so much fun.
Imagine if you walked up and be like, hey, just wondering, everything okay over here?
Everything okay.
I love that.
I know, and I felt so bad because I was like, it sucks to fight on Valentine's Day, but honestly, it did come back to bite me because yesterday I was not feeling okay.
You were hungover.
And I wasn't even like, I didn't drink a lot, but it was because I'm such like a sucker for the gimmicky drinks. They're like, oh, do you want the like Valentine's Day heart martini? And it's just like a bowl of milk and sugar.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yes.
Of course I do. Sign of love. Yes. That happened to me too. Yeah. I literally ate that shit up. I was like, I was going to just get a glass of wine, but okay, give me the martini. I don't care.
And it's always like so much sugar. And I was like, okay, my body's not happy with me today, but how was yours?
Mine was good. It's funny that you say that you guys like had a table where you're people watching, because so did we. So we went to my favorite Italian restaurant in the North End, Dolce Vita. Shout out to Franco.
Love it there.
He's the man. But we, had a, what is it? Early bird dinner.
Early bird special.
Early bird dinner. Yeah. So I think we had like a 5 o'clock reservation. We were home by 7. It was great.
I love that.
But we showed up and we were like the second couple to show up. So they put us at the table where I think it's called the grandfather table. So like basically, and like Mystery Man explained it to me, like basically like back in the day with like the mafia and whatever, like you can't like have your back facing the door.
Yes. Yep. That's a thing.
That's the table that we had. So it was nice. Like,
I
so
love
we were
that.
like sitting next to each other, but not actually next to each other, but just watching everyone.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wait, you're not the first person that said that. During like our Valentine's Day, Janine said the same thing. We had a table like against the wall, and she was like, "We want this table because you never want your back exposed." And I was like, Janine, who do you think is showing up to this event? I was like, it's a bunch of 21-year-old girls.
Oh my god.
No, yeah.
Forgot we're in the mafia here.
Yeah, I know.
You never know. In the North End, you never know.
Yeah, in the North End especially.
Yeah, it's true.
Southie and North End.
Good weekend though overall.
Yeah, good to have the grandfather table.
Very, very good weekend. Okay.
Good.
So, drunk deets.
So.
Oh my gosh.
So.
Should we dive right in?
Let's dive in.
Okay, so we're going to buckle up because this one is like a story. So we're going to start off with this TikTok that I saw.
Okay.
I love a good TikTok.
I love the TikTok.
Me too. I scroll for hours. It's what I do instead of sleep at night. I don't watch TV. I watch TikTok. That's just who I am.
I know. That's why you send me TikTok videos at literally 3 in the morning, and I'm like, is this morning for her or night? I don't. She doesn't sleep.
I don't.
Really?
She doesn't know.
Carly, you and Carly are opposites.
Like 2 to 4 a.m. Like I'll fall asleep in between.
What time do you sleep until?
I can function fine after 4 hours of sleep. Like it's
I am a psychopath monster bitch if I don't get 8 hours.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
Yeah, like
I don't ever get 8 hours.
I like tonight. It's what time is it? 8 p.m. I'm anxious. I should be in bed.
No,
I'm just kidding.
Carly literally, she gets worried about her dog sleeping. His sleep schedule is more like set in stone
You're
than
gonna
anyone's
live way longer
ever
than I am.
That's
though.
wicked funny.
So you're gonna live
That's
longer.
crazy.
You need 8 hours of sleep.
You know when you text someone and you want to, like, you're texting them at like midnight and you want to send the text for them to get it in the morning?
Yeah.
Well, I'll do that to Abby and she always answers. And I'm like,
like,
I don't want you to be
You're
awake.
like, don't read that.
You're like, I don't want to have a full blown convo right now.
And I'm ready to go.
I'm like, hey, late night thought, like maybe we can do this for the podcast. Just an idea, like just a bunch of like scattered, like, because I'll wake up like with dreams like of shit to talk about on the podcast.
Totally.
And I'll like send it to her her just to like have it jotted down somewhere, and she'll reply and be like, yes, brilliant ideas. And I'm like,
You're like, go to bed.
Wait, sorry.
I'm impressed. Go ahead.
Go on.
Anyways, so I'm not the only one that saw this because it went viral. There was like 2 million likes and I think it had 10 million views. So it was a viral TikTok. So it was posted by actually another podcast. They're called Jumpers Jump podcast, and I stalked their TikTok feed, and it's basically like a whole podcast just on conspiracy theories, which is kind of cool. I know, right up our alley.
Wow,
love that.
I'm here for it.
But so basically it was a conspiracy theory on Drake. And so this was, this isn't new. They definitely are not like the first to kind of dig this up, but they definitely resurfaced it because it's been a few years since it's been up. And everyone in the comments like seemed to like agree and be like, oh my God, FBI, blah, blah, blah. But basically,
I love the comments.
Oh, comments are so brutal.
Dude, the comment section on TikTok is where it's at.
It is.
Okay, so basically what they were conspiring is that, so the song Sicko Mode by Travis Scott.
Yeah.
Do I ever?
Yes. So
Love to get down to it.
me too.
Love to get down to it.
As for people who don't know, if you're living under a rock, Travis Scott dated or dates, I don't really know, Kylie Jenner. Okay, so I'll preface that.
Yep.
So Drake has a verse in the song, and what they're saying is that it could have been a diss track to Kanye, to basically say that Drake fucked Kim at nighttime. Swear jar, sorry, but like, so basically what it was, the verse is crept down the block, made a right, cut the lights, paid the price. And so when they said this, they posted a photo of like Google Maps, and it like had a mark on where Drake's house is and where Kim and Kanye's house is, mapping it out, and it's like saying like basically you make a right. And then later in the song, he says checks over stripes, that's what I like, that's what we like, because stripes equals Adidas, and Kanye's shoe brand is Adidas Yeezys. And then so basically Drake is saying Nike is better than Adidas to kind of like stab at Kanye. And then what they said, they brought up in my feeling song where Drake says Kiki, do you love me?
Yeah.
And Kiki is Kim's nickname.
Oh, I thought it was about Kiki on the river in Miami.
I was gonna say I never put two and two together.
Yeah, so this was in 2018 when the songs came out and the first rumors spiraled, and Kanye addressed the rumors on Instagram with a video, and he said, the fact that it's people making rumors or thinking that you effed my wife and you not saying nothing and you carrying like that don't sit well with my spirit. If I had a girlfriend from Chicago and her name was Renita, then you was married to Rihanna, I wouldn't make no song called Riri. And basically, Kim denied the rumors like back in 2018, saying never happened, end of story. But I mean, things were just weirdly adding up.
Yeah. Wow. I did not even.
I would have.
Have you guys
gone right
heard
over my head.
of that conspiracy theory?
No.
I've
in
never heard
2018?
of that, but it
would
it shock me? No.
My finger's not on the pulse. It's very far off the pulse, so I really am not.
Carly's like, I'm the one who fills her in on all of the deets and
I
drama.
honestly just listen to drunk deets to get all my news. So
As you should.
yes.
And
so,
I rely on TikTok.
so this is
mostly,
where my finger
unfortunately.
gets on the pulse. So now I'm learning a lot. Continue.
I love this. Well, I'm confused though, because it wasn't the whole thing like a year ago when Kylie and Travis Scott broke up that she and Drake were speaking.
Yeah.
So now they're saying that he was with her sister. I'm confused. Unless I'm missing a dynamic.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time that someone like fucked like two sisters.
Totally not.
Right?
I feel like Drake's kind of an
And
enigma
he's Drake.
too.
Like, who would say no to Drake?
Yeah.
Not me.
I mean, if we're being real.
Not up in here.
I don't know if Drake's. I don't know.
No, he's definitely either you like him or you don't. Either
Yeah,
you're attracted to him or
everyone-
you're
yeah.
not. I personally, I mean, I he doesn't do it for me, but I see why.
For
a
his
majority
musical
do.
talent,
A
I'm
lot of
purely
people
turned
love
on
it.
by that alone.
No, completely respect the fact that he's a musical genius. But
Yes.
I mean, I don't know. Things are adding up. I don't know.
I'd be interested to see now that Kim and Kanye are like divorcee, if
Right.
anything really comes out. Like, imagine if Kim just goes straight to Drake post divorce.
True.
Time will tell.
She has 4 kids.
I will say though, not to play devil's advocate a little bit, but I feel like I read this somewhere once where if you try to draw parallels between anything, you can.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's like, because of all this public scrutiny, every little thing that's ever happened to Kanye or Kim is now going to get scrutinized over the past like 10 years. But it's like they were happily married for years. They have children together.
Yeah.
Were they happy though?
I don't know. I mean, I'd like to think they were, and like it just
I hope so.
It does suck
for the
that,
kids' sake, right?
Yeah, and it sucks though, because it's like everything that happened now, people are now second guessing, like, oh, when like they got married, like did they even mean it? And it's like, okay, well, just like move on.
When her and Chris Humphries got married, that they didn't mean that.
You got us there, but
but now they actually meant it.
You got us there.
Fine.
I don't know. I just thought it was
Hot mess.
It was interesting.
It is
and,
interesting.
And you know, TikTok suckers, man.
I know.
So I had to bring it to the people's attention.
Well, TikTok like will convince me one day that it's good if I like crack open an egg and put it in my hair. Like,
the rice water. Has anyone seen that?
I've seen it. Have you done it?
No, but now I'm like, should I do
you?
it?
I think
maybe
we
do
should.
it. If you basically boil like rice and you just like put the rice aside and keep the water in. Supposedly the water, if you pour it in your
really good for
hair,
your hair.
it makes it grow and like it's thick and luscious.
Silky
And I'm like, I
and-
put a lot of bleach in there. Like I could use that.
Yeah.
But there's this one TikToker. She has like the most beautiful hair and she does it.
You know, there's only one way to find out.
I know.
Yeah,
I
there's
feel
only
like this
one
is
way.
like a lot of
Lily
work.
Van Brooklyn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you guys just like do it consistently and then
We'll let you
do
know.
it before and after? Yeah, let us
She
know.
doesn't need it. She has the most
Yeah, you have
beautiful
nice
mane of hair. It's so unfair.
I'm so dead right now. We'll move past it. It's fine.
All right.
Okay, moving on to the next drunk deep. We have YouTuber and makeup guru James Charles.
I love this tea.
He
Dive
is
in.
receiving a lot of backlash for his latest YouTube video. So he posted a video on Friday, the 12th, and the video almost has 7 million views as of today, which is wild. Probably because he's getting a lot of shit for it. But basically, he posted a video titled 24 Hours Being Pregnant. And in the bio, he says, in today's video, I'm trying something I'll never get to experience, being pregnant. My best friend, Laura Mulatto, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I don't know who she is.
Never heard of her.
I guess she's
Sounds like a
pregnant.
Min Milano.
I guess she's pregnant with her second baby, and he goes, she's pregnant with her second baby, so she challenged me to be pregnant for 24 hours to see if I was strong enough to go through what she does. So basically, in the video, he wore 2 silicone baby bumps stacked on top of each other to imitate what like a woman who's 40 weeks pregnant would look like.
Okay.
And not only did he post that video, but he also, and I think this is kind of where he's getting the most shit for, but he posted a photo on Instagram from a photo shoot that he did while pretending to be pregnant. And so I guess, do you guys know Halsey?
Yeah.
So I guess she just announced like the end of January that she is pregnant.
Yep.
She's expecting her first baby, and which is awesome. Good for her, because I know she's been super open about her
Endometritis.
yeah, I didn't even know how to pronounce that, but she struggles with that, and with that can come infertility. And so I know she froze her eggs a couple years ago just to like be prepared for, you never know. And she underwent surgery a couple years ago. Super painful. I know some people that haven't. It's horrible.
Oh, poor thing.
I know. And she even had a miscarriage a couple years ago, and she's been super open and public about it. And so she announced that she was pregnant last month, and she posted this photo doing a photo shoot.
She looked so good.
Yeah, she did. She looked phenomenal. And she wrote surprise with like a couple baby emojis. And James pretty much did the same exact thing. The photo that he posted was like doing the same exact stance with like his hands over his like bare chest, and like he did the same caption, surprise.
Not a good look.
I was gonna say, up until that point, I was like, okay, people are being sensitive, like that's not
Right.
bad. But now, okay, yeah, that's not
Right, it's just a little too, and like
Seems
the
like a
video,
dig almost.
whatever, exactly. But I don't see the motive.
Yeah, it's
Like, what's
weird.
the point? Why are you trying to stir the pot when you don't need to stir the pot?
Right.
Like, nobody gave a shit that you were doing this, but then you're like basically
Let me
showing
take a
like,
dig at Halsey.
Like Halsey had all these struggles. Now I'm just going to do exactly what she did. Question
I
mark?
wonder though with these people, because some of the things they do, I'm like, they have to know that they're gonna get shit for this. I'm like, is
Yeah.
that what they want? Because like you said, 7 million views.
He's probably getting
why you're doing it?
paid
Like,
for
is
it.
bad, no such thing as bad publicity. Is that what this is
Yeah.
about?
James,
But
Yeah, he's known for being in.
Controversy,
Yeah, he's always getting shit.
Yeah,
for something.
he's always.
Agreed.
Honestly, though, I think the Halsey thing is very messed up, and that is definitely like the worst thing about it. But
Yeah.
I think just on a more practical note, like I'm not mad about this because I guess I get it. I just think it's stupid because he's like, oh, something I never get to experience. I'm like, putting on like a few pounds of weights is not the same as being pregnant.
No,
like,
remotely.
you're going through hormonal changes. You're like going through like extreme highs, extreme lows. Like,
He's like now I'm pregnant.
Like, it's not like
just
I feel like
ignorant.
that's just like a man thing to think. Like, oh yeah, let me just put on this like weight and like,
it probably
I'm
wasn't
pregnant.
even that heavy.
It's literally something my boyfriend would do.
Yeah. It's like, oh, this is all you guys go through. You just like, you put on some weight. And it's like, I don't think that's how it works.
No,
but
he
thank
also
you
doesn't
for-
have tits
Yeah.
either. He doesn't have to lug those things around on
Yeah.
top of the belly.
Exactly.
Or the
Goodbye.
morning sickness, or the swollen
Exactly.
feet.
Like,
Yeah, the
bye.
hurt back.
Bye, James.
Goodbye.
No uterus,
you later.
no video. If you don't
Yeah.
have a uterus, you don't get a say, an opinion, nothing.
Sorry,
Nothing.
there's some things you just can't
You're
have if you're
canceled.
No.
the other gender.
Exactly.
I didn't know that. That was interesting.
Yeah. No, I know. I mean, we'll never know. I hope he issued an apology to Halsey, whether it was public
Yeah,
or
same.
private.
Agreed.
Because that's just super insensitive.
I feel like he would. He's like the type. When I look at his social media, he like does shit that he gets scrutiny for. Then he's like, I didn't mean to. Like, I feel like that's his thing.
I didn't
But
know.
how many
Yeah.
times do you have to like
Right.
fuck up to like sort
Exactly.
of, to-
Before it gets like to be too much.
right?
Yeah.
Like, when are you gonna learn? Like, maybe you should double check.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe you triple check every decision you ever make in your life. I don't know.
His
have
manager-
PR
I do
teams.
that already.
The manager should be fired.
100%. Yeah.
And
Who
your
is
friend
your
is
manager?
a bad friend. This Laura girl is a bad friend.
Like, don't.
Bye, bitch. That wasn't endearing. Sorry.
No.
Swear jar.
It's all right.
That's what I love about girls. A bye bitch. See you never.
All right. So last drunk date, we have a few couples that made it IG official over the weekend. I feel like it was just, I tried to stay off social media this weekend because I was like, I'm happy for everyone, like whatever. Like, I'm not a bitter person by any means, but it's just like gross. I really just don't want to see it. Like, I'm sorry. I just think, I don't know. But there are a few celebrities that, announced that they are officially dating, and I'm freaking excited. We're going to start with Kendall Jenner.
Yes. Live for that.
Who's she dating?
So she is dating Devin Booker. Don't know who he is. He
Basketball?
NBA player.
Yeah, for the Phoenix Suns. Great, cool. He's a year younger than her, which I thought was kind of
Phoenix?
That's spicy.
Is she moving
Cougar
to-
shit.
That's spicy.
Cougar shit.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm a
'cause
cougar.
Men.
You are.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
you're
He's a
brave.
year below me. Wow. Yeah.
I love
I've
how
had
we
a-
call cougars a year below. Like in reality, it's like 50-year-old.
I know. I mean,
Oh my God, 1 year.
I had to train him a lot. It took a lot of training.
That's so
Yes.
funny.
But so she made it official with Devin. She posted on her IG story a photo of the two and tagged him and added a little white heart.
It was so cute.
Cute. Honestly, she's pretty low key about who she dates.
She
Usually,
is.
like I never see her post anything, so I thought it was kind of cool that
She definitely like.
she kind of came out because usually she lets all of her sisters
Take
flaunt
the
their
spotlight.
boyfriends, and she just kind of like lurks, and you're like, who is she with? And she
Yeah.
like you never really know.
I thought it was funny though that it was an IG story and not a post.
yeah, she was like, I want to commit to it only for 24 hours,
Right.
and then it can
And
go
I don't want
away.
to ruin my feed. Like, you're not
Right.
my aesthetic. Sorry.
He's 6'5".
Well, she's tall. So
Yeah,
I
she's
feel
tall.
like-
I saw their like height comparison. I was like,
Wow.
that's
6'5".
nice. That sounds nice.
Wow,
6'5". She's 5'10"
that's
though.
a foot and a half taller than me.
I know.
I don't know what I would do with that.
I'd
be like,
so
oh,
intimidating.
I know.
To date Kendall Jenner though.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh my God. I like feel like if I was ever near her, I'd be like, I have to go.
I gotta
can't
go.
be here.
Like, I would just feel like shit about myself.
Yeah,
the
me too.
entire time.
I simply can't go on.
I simply cannot.
And then Vanessa Hudgens is dating Cole Tucker. And so this is a little bit of a bigger age gap. She's 32, he's 24, and he is another professional athlete. He's an MLB player for the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Huh.
And she posted again with the gross, sappy cat.
Wait, what's MLB?
Baseball.
Okay. Got you.
Not gonna lie, when I read it, I was like, okay. I looked up the Pittsburgh Pirates and I was like, baseball, got it. Makes sense.
I know, I was trying to like throw you for a loop, like when we play the States and Capitals game.
Tell me you don't know anything about sports without telling me you don't know anything about sports. What's the MLB?
The same way, like Nick will be like, let's watch football, and like I literally would rather gouge my own eyeballs out. Like I will do anything other than that.
But like I love you so much.
Yeah, I love you, but I hate everything you want to watch. Sorry.
Yes.
So she posted a photo, and on her feed, she posted a photo with the caption, "It's you, it's me, it's us."
No.
Gag me
Ew.
with a
It's no
spin.
one.
And so she teased their romance in November of 2020. She like posted a little something of them too, but this is her first real post making it IG official. But I just think it's like, I don't know. She was dating that Austin Butler guy for like 9 years.
Yes, and
Forever.
I loved them.
Me too.
And they
So
were
cute.
cute
America did.
and
Everyone.
hot and sexy and fun
Yes.
and like everything. And I, like every time they'd post, I'd be like, "This is that they're getting engaged." And 9 years later, they break up
Out of
And-
nowhere.
Yes, and it was like we want to focus on our careers, which is I like you were
Which is
saying is
stupid,
definitely just BS.
Vanessa's
Just a
in
cover.
Hallmark movies.
I
She's
know.
not focusing on anything.
Yeah, I know.
like
She's set for life.
Yeah,
with High
it's
School
fine.
Musical.
100%.
Exactly.
Exactly. And then like all of a sudden she's dating this new guy and she has the audacity to be like, "It's you, it's me, it's us." It's like it's not you guys. Like it's supposed to be you and Austin.
Also,
okay?
Screw you.
Screw you.
I meant, what's Austin up to? Like,
don't
hey,
know.
Austin, where are you?
I don't
Where'd you
know.
go?
He's single.
Yeah, if he must be. If he's laying under the radar now that she came out with a new bow.
But I was telling Abby, it was so funny because they dated for 9 years
Yeah.
and then they broke up randomly one day, like out of nowhere. And I remember just noticing that I hadn't seen a post by them in a while, and I was like, "That's weird." And all of a sudden, for a straight year, she's been posting thirst trap after thirst trap. She'd have like Thirsty Thursdays, like instead of it being drinking, it would be like a thirst trap of herself every Thursday, and she'd make the caption "Thirsty Thursday." It'd be her like coming out of a pool, like dripping wet, like grabbing.
Okay, Vanessa, I see you.
And we were like, I was like, wow, like Vanessa just coming out of the woodworks. And I remember Brad telling me, he was like, nothing is better than Vanessa Hudgens is like Thirsty Thursday, like thirst trap photos.
Oh my god!
Oh
You
my
can
gosh.
always
to look forward to.
literally, you can always tell when a girl gets fresh out of a relationship
Oh,
because
yeah.
the thirst traps just
Oh,
keep coming.
yes, the glow.
The
on.
drinking stories
Oh.
just won't stop.
Yes.
It's immaculate. You see that the whole Instagram feed changes. All the
Yes.
pictures are gone with the
Yeah.
bow.
Yeah,
all the hot pictures are there.
They're having like so much fun. They lose 10 pounds.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
they're
The breakup diet.
yeah, literally.
Literally the most weight I've ever lost in my life.
Yeah.
And then another some other people made it Instagram official, or not Instagram official, but official over the weekend, right, Abby? You?
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, clearly Mystery Man did not listen to last week's episode.
Abby was on here last week and she's like, I would hate if a guy ever asked me like to make it official or to be exclusive or whatever on Valentine's Day, because that means our anniversary would be on Valentine's Day and he'd only have to give me one present.
Oh my God.
Right? I didn't even think of that.
And then he did it. I feel like he did it in spite of you.
Yeah, maybe he did listen. He was like, only one gift.
he was like, I gotta capitalize on this moment.
He's like, I'm an accountant. That math adds up.
I know. No, well, so it wasn't actually on Valentine's Day. It was like a couple days before, but it was after we filmed last week. But he hadn't listened to the episode. He said he didn't, and I was like, really? No, but I mean, we didn't make it IG. I mean, I definitely have posted him way before, but no, yeah.
You guys, I really think you should make it Facebook official.
Oh
Yeah.
my God,
Do people still
imagine.
do that?
He was mocking me. Because I was like, when were you gonna ask me to be a girlfriend? Because it's funny because he introduced me, like there was someone new that I hadn't met before, and he introduced me as his girlfriend. And I'm not kidding, my head perked up so fast.
Head
I was
on a
like,
swivel. You're like, what?
excuse me, girlfriend. I didn't say anything at the time. I like waited until we were alone, and I was like, so girlfriend, huh? And he was like, yeah, what? Like, he was like, I didn't know I had to ask. I was like,
I don't think
boys.
you do have to ask.
What
these
do you
days.
mean?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I mean, that's what my boyfriend did too. Like, we were literally talking for 6 months, and then he was like, "Yeah, this is my girlfriend." I was like, "Wait, what?" I like spit out my water. I was like,
But like, I don't know. I feel like I'd feel weird if a guy was like, "Would you like to be my girlfriend?" I'd be like, "No."
I feel like to make it.
I know. And it's not like I wanted a big grand gesture, but I feel like there's so many like fuckboys out there that like will like talk to a girl and sleep with the girl for like a year
For
and
so
like
long
not
that
commit.
we're not
and then just
committed
ghost
to each
them.
other.
Like, we are
Yeah.
not dating. I will only hang out with you at nighttime. And obviously that wasn't the case
Right.
in
So-
this scenario. But
Yeah,
I, was
I don't think
still-
that was.
bones.
I don't think that was the case at all. But
No.
You're like, I know I was your girlfriend, but I needed to know that I was.
Exactly.
Yes.
"Yeah,
I feel that.
I feel that."
yeah, but do you kind of hate him now? You know what I mean? Like, you know when you like really like a guy And then you're
And
like,
you
oh my gosh,
despise him?
I can't stop thinking about him. And then like when he finally is like, all right, like yeah, I've been thinking about you for months. You're like, ew, you're so forward.
Yeah. Why are you telling me your feelings? I like the fact that you don't tell me your feelings.
No. No, I've literally not like.
I'm like
it's
way more attracted to
disgusting.
people when they are assholes to me.
Yeah, it's like play hard. Like even with Michael, it's like I'm like, can you play hard to get a little bit? He's like, Shannon, we've been dating for 7 years. I'm like, yeah, but like
You're like,
just,
spice it up.
Make me wonder whether or not you like me.
Yeah.
Be mean to me, god damn it.
Maybe this is the issue with girls.
I know. Abby's like, I'm in
I
a perfectly
can't
happy, healthy
relate.
relationship.
I know. I was like, no, I literally couldn't. I would randomly just start smiling this entire weekend. Like I would just randomly catch myself being like, ha ha ha. I was like,
My
you're
heart.
stuck with me now. I trapped your ass. But no.
Wait, congrats. So
Thank
cute.
you.
I love
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Officially off the market. Sorry, boys.
Honeymoon phase, baby. Enjoy
Yeah,
it.
definitely, for
Just
sure.
kidding.
Good
It
stuff.
should be a
Soak it
honeymoon
up.
phase always,
I know.
but
Is
it's
it?
not.
And then one day,
I was like, what honeymoon phase? I had that for a day.
Oh,
and then I
God.
was like, fuck off.
Okay, Carly's boyfriend literally like showered her in gifts this weekend.
Yeah.
I get home, me and Nick like went to Boston. Like we got a hotel in Boston. And I came home in the morning and I'm like, "Where's Carly?" She's like, "My mom." She's like, "Oh, Joe dropped off like a thing for her and booked her a facial at 9 a.m."
what?
I'm like,
That's
Yeah,
nice.
80-minute
what the
facial. I was
Yeah.
well. He knows my maskne has been suffering because I have to teach in a mask.
Yeah.
So I've been complaining about my skin, and we woke up and he's like, "You have a facial at 10," and I was like,
she's like, "Yeah, what honeymoon phase, KK?" Like, got
Yeah,
flowers.
can he talk? Yeah, that's
no, it was
should
so
give,
nice.
He should give seminars to like men.
Yes, be like,
Yeah.
so this is what I've learned over the past 2
"Well,
years.
this is what he learned over the past week
Yeah.
because we've had." We'll go into it another time.
Oh no, that's a conversation for another
Yes,
day.
he was in the doghouse, so he needed to do that.
He worked his way up.
He worked his way out of the
You
doghouse.
honestly have to train men. You do.
You do. I told
I
you
also
he's a year below me, and I'm his first girlfriend.
Oh.
He's never like he had no idea.
I think men need to be in the doghouse. I think they secretly like it.
Yes.
100%.
Right? Like they need to feel sometimes like I feel like if you act too chill for too long, they start to be like, okay, I can get away with this. And then like
True.
some days you need like you need like them to come over your place and they look at you and like the look in your eye, like the look of nothing, and they're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like,
I need
like
to-
that was too far. And like I feel like they like to feel like they can earn your affection back.
Yes.
It's like part
Redemption.
of yes, they like it's part of the dynamic of like a guy wants to feel like, oh, I can like earn something.
100%.
I feel like they mess up intentionally.
Yeah, they're like, I can do
I
this.
swear. Okay. Yes.
I feel
I'm
like
glad
because
this is
they like the chase, and when they're in a relationship,
Yes.
they still want some kind of chase.
Exactly.
They don't want to necessarily, cheat on you and like go looking for that.
No, not
elsewhere,
even cheating.
But
It's
they're
just-
like looking
yeah.
for a chase within you. They're like, okay,
Yeah.
I need
Like,
to
can I
make
piss her off?
Oh, I'm making
Yeah.
him chase every goddamn week. I find something.
As you should.
Yes.
Yes.
As you should.
There you go.
Keep
Carly.
things spicy.
Clean shit.
Well, that's the only other couple that I know that's made it official. So that's a wrap for Drunk Teens.
That is a wrap. Okay, so we've had Eat the Damn Cake on here, obviously, and we're going to dive into a few topics that are specific to them. So, as we mentioned, they're under the Big Night Media umbrella, and we met them through Big Night Media, which we're so thankful that we were able to have that bring us together.
So fun.
They have their own company. It's called Built by Biron. They're sisters. They are trainers. They own their own company. They have a podcast. They literally do everything. I don't know how. Abby and I just work and take naps. So
I'm a hoe for naps. I love naps.
we're so fortunate to have them sitting next to us and that they were
Thank
able
you.
to
Oh,
fit us
thank
into
you.
their busy schedules. But can you guys just, I guess, slowly, quickly, whatever you want, introduce yourselves and talk a little bit about, what your brand is and everything like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
I'm Carly.
And I'm Maddie. No, I'm just kidding.
And this is Eat the Damn Cake. I'm just kidding. It feels weird to be in the
know.
same studio and not be introducing Eat the
I know.
Damn Cake.
Thank you so much for having us.
I know, first of all.
course.
First and foremost.
We're so excited to be here. And so basically I'll start our brand, You Talk, our podcast. Deal?
okay.
So our company that we have together is called Built by Biron. We started it just over a year ago, and we didn't really know exactly what it was going to turn into. But at that point, we were just creating programs for people, 8-week workout programs personalized to you. But the whole brand is basically to kind of switch the narrative in the fitness industry, because we feel like fitness industry is so focused on the aesthetic of how you look
Yes.
and how your trainer looks and how you look after your transformation. And it was like one of those things where we're like, why is everyone so focused on the size of you, the aesthetic of how you look when you're working out? Like, we need to really get back down to how you feel, what you're fueling your body with. Like, who gives a shit if you don't have a six pack? Like, that does not mean you're not strong. Like,
at least your body's moving you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how we started building our brand, and it's kind of turned into this beautiful thing. And with COVID too, we had to really switch how our business was working. So we
Pivot.
we pivoted fast and created monthly subscriptions so people can pay for monthly subscriptions of our workouts. And it's kind of,
they don't have to leave their home.
Yeah.
It's like at-home body weight workouts that they can just stream live into their living room.
yeah.
That's
and
so amazing.
yeah, and it's turned into something amazing. And now we have our own space out in Framingham.
100 subscribers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we just-
I know when
Never
we like,
thought.
yeah, no, we never thought it would turn into that.
Never.
Like,
Wow, that's honestly amazing.
Yeah,
And
it's been cool.
I love what you just said because you're so right. I feel like even with the body positivity movement, there's still this like underlying, well, yeah, body positivity, but only when you, I just said a British for a second. Body
I heard that. I was gonna let it
I liked
slide.
it.
I know it was like a stutter. I was like, body positivity. I don't know where this came from.
I love it.
Okay. The Trulies. I guess.
No, I know.
So, but even with that movement, I feel like it's a big emphasis on the before and the after.
Totally.
And it's
Yes.
body positivity after you have gone through working out and your body being transformed. And
Yeah.
what you guys are saying is, you know, the transformation of what your body looks like is just like a, you know, cherry on top, but that's
Right.
not the point. The point of working out is for how it makes you feel, right?
Right. And
Yes.
like get stronger and just, you know, I feel like exercise means so much to so many different people. Some people do it for their mental health. Some people do it for their physical health. Like some people just do it to feel good. Like
To move their body.
right.
Yeah.
And
Because they like it.
yeah, so it's just kind of turned into this thing. And we've also like completely stressed the whole body neutrality portion of it too, because it's like we talk about it on our podcast all the time.
Which I didn't know what it was until
Yeah.
Maddie brought it into my life.
Yeah.
Can you guys expand on that?
Yeah, it's so basically, you know, the body positivity movement is amazing, but we were talking about, honestly, it kind of fits in perfectly. We were talking about like toxic positivity not too long ago, and not that the body positivity movement is toxic by any means, but it's like this urge to feel amazing about something, even if you don't really. Like, you know,
Yes.
you might not love where you're at, and that's okay. But at least feel neutral in the fact that I'm okay because I'm healthy and I can do things, but I'm not obsessed with how I look, which you don't have to be obsessed with how you look at the moment. Like, especially if you're working
towards something.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. We get on our podcast and we're like, we're not telling you not to lose a pound if you
Right.
don't want to. But
Like, if that's your goal, great. Fine.
yes, but if you are at a spot where you're like, maybe you have some stretch marks, some cellulite, at least your body's moving, at least you're breathing, at least you're able to do things for yourself at the end of the day.
Yeah, like aesthetically, it doesn't matter. Your body is healthy and you can breathe. Like I've been injured right now and I'm like going insane. And I'm like, it makes you appreciate so much more when you can't do something that you love and don't have a healthy body. You're like, wait, why did I care about how my abs looked in that photo when I now I can't move? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
so that's kind of how we're just trying to plow the way for the Boston Fitness kind of thing.
I love that. So like, how did you guys get into fitness? Like, was it something that you both always loved and like felt passionate about, or like was there one of you that was a little bit more and like kind of just brought the other one on board, or like when did you guys notice that like this was what you wanted to do as a career?
So we both were collegiate athletes. So we both swam in college, and we actually both swam for UMass. I was a senior when she was a freshman.
Yep, you know,
I
we've
know.
been together for a
Who's
while.
faster?
Her.
And I, unfortunately, the younger sister was
I know.
unfortunately it.
And in my stroke,
Carly got injured. In her
this bitch stole my records.
Okay, but in her
Bloodily in
defense,
anger.
I know. When we talk about this, it sometimes comes
I
out.
literally cried when she broke my record. I cried.
Happy tears
No,
either.
I was like, you bitch. I was
I'm
so
sorry. That was in high
She
school
felt bad.
too. I was
She
like, I
actually
didn't
felt
want
bad.
to. Our old coach, he put me in it because he was like, you could beat it. I'm like, that's not the goal. That's not the goal. We do not want
Well,
Carly's
because we know I'm
fury.
like, yeah, no, I'm dramatic, and obviously I took it to another level and like made everyone in the stands
What
feel
else
bad
is
for
new?
me, even though she broke a record. You know,
I'd be the same way.
yeah.
And
At least I'm self-aware. Like, you know what I mean? At least I
exactly.
know I'm like that. But Maddie in college, actually at UMass, broke a couple records there.
Wow.
So
Wow.
Division I, baby.
Ooh,
So
you don't
she's
need to say that.
I know she gets so
we do.
embarrassed.
Own it.
Own it.
So
Be
she's
proud.
a phenomenal swimmer. I got injured my freshman year, so I didn't end up
didn't get to
completing.
really swim.
Yeah. But we were both kinesiology majors, which is exercise science and like the science of movement and exercise.
Yeah, which I originally didn't want to do. I was a nutrition major. Then I realized I don't excel with a lot of the things that go along with it. the
Chemistry.
like the chemistry, the organic chem.
It's low-key hard. I took one nutrition class in college, and I think I got like a C. And I think my only
so
C
hard.
was in nutrition because I thought it was going to be about like the food pyramid and shit. And there was like math
No,
and
it
stuff.
was like,
And I was like,
what
wait
the
a
hell
minute.
is this?
What did I sign up for? And it was like an intro class too. So I was like, what is the whole major doing?
know.
Because you're smart. I didn't know.
Literally, like I was told there'd be no math.
Yeah.
Really, I
Well,
hate
you
math.
think, oh, nutrition equals food. That sounds awesome. I want to be a part of that. And then I was in it, and they're like, so you have to take Orgo Bio, another
ew,
like,
hell
and I was like, so that's not going to work for me.
Yeah.
And- but I switched to kinesiology, which was
Same thing.
still science based, which
Same
was kind
thing.
of like silly
Yeah.
for me. But I wanted to do more strength and conditioning when I was in college, and
I wanted to be a physical therapist at first,
Yeah.
but then I realized, one time I was doing like a shadowing thing and at MGH, and some old Italian guy came in and they were like, do you live alone at home? And he goes, yeah, my wife passed last year. And I started crying and they were like, that is so unprofessional. You cannot cry. And I was literally like, how do you not cry? And so then I realized I never want to work with geriatrics because that makes me sad. As much as I would love to help them, but I just can't I can't keep my composure.
I would be the same way.
I was literally cheering up.
sad for you.
So that's why and then I found group fitness and I became a spin instructor. It took literally 7 no's before I got a yes.
Yeah. I've never gotten a yes in the fitness industry.
In
so,
Boston. Yeah. It's so hard to break into it.
Wait, really? What do you mean? Like, just
So I auditioned for Soul Cycle 3 times. I auditioned for Handlebar. I auditioned for Bespoke. I actually got into the Bespoke program, made it a month. I got cut.
Yep.
Then I went to
Wow,
Cycle
they're
Bar.
cutthroat, huh?
Yeah. Then I went.
It's crazy.
what did they go by? Like,
So you literally just
Training
audition.
experience,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's experience mostly, but you just audition. It's like American Idol auditions.
my
And I've done those too. So I'm telling you, they're like
She's a woman of many talents.
wow.
Do they like judge you on like your music playlist and like what you pick and
Yep.
like what you
Yes.
say? Like,
Everything.
100%.
So I got
bomb that. I put like High School Musical up.
I am
we get
terrible
the
with music.
best of both.
that.
That'd be fun to spin
Okay,
to.
so once the owner was in my class and I played the Macarena, like a remix. It was a dope remix, and he literally was like,
Why?
I was like, I'm gonna get fired.
Yeah.
That's so scary.
Carly got a bunch of no's. I auditioned for 3 or 4 different studios in Boston. They all said no. And it's been over like the past 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
And I've been trying. And then we had our own business, and I was like, I don't really feel like I need to go into another business if we have our own. But it's cutthroat, it's hard, and it's very specific. So, I feel like now I feel much more comfortable in our own business than I do anywhere else. But
Yeah. I mean, and I'm still at Bespoke too. I teach
Yeah.
spin there and like strength training classes, and I absolutely love it. I think it's so fun. I
is
love
so
spin.
fun.
Spin is like my
Her
heart
baby.
and soul. I just like you get to teach to the beat of the music, and like it doesn't feel like a job. Like I get to go there and work out and interact with people and like just like have a good time. I get in trouble here and there for like songs I play and like things I say at the end of class, but other than that, it's fine.
I was like, I just have to shove a sock in my mouth.
Yeah, let it,
And then
I
you'll
speak way
control.
too much
We
at
need
the
to
end.
come. We need to go.
I know,
we should
yes,
go to
you
the
should.
classes.
We
should.
I
I've
mean,
never done spin.
you haven't?
No.
Oh my God.
I'm
You would-
intimidated.
I feel like you would really like
If
it.
you like music, you'll like it.
I love music.
It
Yes.
feels like a dance party on a bike.
It really
It's
does.
like the only, and you can choose if you want to just like vibe or like want to go ham. Like you
Yeah,
don't have to, you don't have to.
exactly. And no one's gonna like come over and yell at you, especially me. I'm like, do whatever you want. Like I'm like, as long as you're here, I'm happy. I don't give a
Yeah.
shit.
Like, I'm getting paid by that.
Yeah.
I love what you guys said though, because you were like, listen, you're like, I auditioned, I tried out for all these different, which by the way, audition, that's so intimidating, but it's awesome. I auditioned for all these places and I didn't make it into some of them, but you're like, you know what, screw it, I'm going to start my own company. That's
Yeah.
amazing. And I feel like that's the goal. And I feel like there's so many people out there that would get discouraged. And I'm one of those people where I'd be like, oh my gosh, like I suck. Like, I don't know what's wrong with me.
I was there for
And-
sure at one
but
point.
it's cool. Like, no, but you were like, no, we're going to pick ourselves up. We're going to start our own thing. You have your own space now.
Yeah.
100
Yeah.
subscribers to your classes. That's amazing. you
huge.
pivoted
Wild.
when we went remote. That's honestly such an accomplishment. And
Thank you.
I just like I love hearing stories like that.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Yeah, it's been a
Definitely.
lot of fun.
It's been hardship after hardship sometimes, and we're sisters, so it's like a lot harder. I feel
Right.
like to work with someone who you live with, who you've grown up with, but it
Yeah.
honestly makes it that much better because it's like you don't want to share it with anyone other than
Right.
like your sister.
And also I feel like with sisters, like I have a younger sister and I feel like you can say things to each other you couldn't say to anyone else. And like
boy, do I know that.
you fight so much, but it's like it's creepy fighting where like you can get into a screaming like argument and like be crying and like yelling at each other's face and be like, I hate you. And then like 2 minutes later we'd be like, okay, you want to go grab breakfast? And like you're over it. You don't even need to apologize.
That is, you're describing.
true.
You're describing Carly. She'll hate me and say, "I'm not speaking to you like for the rest of the day." And then two seconds later, "I'm going to Chick-fil-A. Do you want to come?" I'm like, I thought we weren't speaking. But it's fine. It keeps it interesting.
Oh man, yeah.
So
Gemini vibes.
What was the motive behind Eat the Damn Cake? So like why did you guys start that?
I love it. This is one of my favorite stories. So basically, and I'll keep it really short, but basically there was another fitness account that we follow a ton of fitness accounts on ours just because it's awesome to like support others and like see what everyone else is doing, like
Right.
get great ideas, like workout ideas and stuff. And this one page posted one morning and it like got my blood boiling because they were like, hey, we just ran to go get our breakfast. Now we earned the pancakes that we got. Like, and if you come do our class later, you can burn 300 calories in 30 minutes and you can earn your dinner. And I was like,
You don't
sweating.
earn meals. You don't earn them. You wake up and you deserve everything you get to put into your body that day.
It made me so mad. So I went on an Instagram rant. And like, which I don't do.
No.
I hate talking
You're
to
not
my
a
phone.
ranter.
I'm not like a hashtag influencer. I don't know how to do that shit. But I got on there and basically was like, I don't like doing this, but if you want the cake, then eat the damn cake. Like you don't have to worry about your workout.
Right.
And we told Buddy and Kyle that, and they were like, that's the name.
I love that.
And we were like, okay.
Yeah, I wanted to call it cute, fun, and flirty. No one was on board with that one.
No one wanted that one. But basically,
I like it. You know, I think either way you would have
Kyle,
been. I
when
mean,
did you
I love what you decided. I think that Eat the Damn Cake is great. I think cute, fun, and flirty would have also been, amazing.
Yeah.
A lot of
So
different
nice of you to
avenues.
say.
Like,
Yeah. That's so nice of you to
I
say
know.
that. Yeah, that's cute.
we were all
That's
like,
nice.
no.
Everyone was like, that is a shit name. I was like, okay, well, it could be our tagline.
it's a good
And Maddie was like,
tagline.
no.
Oh no.
We like it as a tagline.
Yeah.
It's cute.
Yeah.
We say that. We say fun and flirty.
Yeah, as you should.
Yeah.
Everything
like-
needs a little thing.
I used to say that at work all the time because I work in sales and we work with consultants, and I like it got to the point where like so I'm like an account manager, and the people I'd work with, they'd have like candidates they'd be like talking to me about, and my best friend Kyle, actually different Kyle, works with me, and he would be like, hey, like this person's like super fun and flirty, and I was like, okay, like I want to work with that person. I'll be-
Yeah.
Describe her in 2 words. Fun and flirty. Yep, she's my
She's
friend.
in.
I'm there. Yes.
Boston baddies are cute, fun, and flirty.
Yes.
They sure are.
Okay, so I guess kind of slightly going into like more like serious side of things.
Yeah.
So you guys have this company right now, this business, and you're promoting body neutrality. Eat the damn cake. You don't earn meals. You deserve meals.
Yeah.
Eat what you want. Working out's about what makes you feel comfortable. And I love that message. I think it's so important. And I think that a lot of our listeners, as well as ourselves, I think we've all dealt with times in our lives where we struggled with our relationship with food.
Absolutely.
Have either of you been through that, and like how did it kind of like shape how you think now, and how did you, I guess, even like kind of maybe not overcome it is the wrong word, but how did you, I guess, learn to live with that and learn to develop a good relationship with
A
food?
healthy relationship. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think mine was less about food and more about over exercising.
Right.
Like I got to a point where I was like working out 4 hours a day, and that like everyone knows like that's just not
not it.
It's not it. Like if it,
Yeah.
people who are working out that much for their industry or for their job are considered professional athletes. We have to fuel our body like that. We have to recover like that. We have to like
Right.
treat our bodies like we're a professional athlete, because who in their right mind is
Working
teaching
out for 4 hours.
16
Yeah.
spin classes a week? Like
probably
no
like,
one.
"Me, I
Yeah.
was."
But I like before I was an instructor, was taking an unhealthy amount of classes, like to a
Yeah.
point where it was like
She'd like spin and then do berries, and like she'd go everywhere because, you know, the biggest thing with fitness is networking,
creating connections.
Yeah, creating connections. Yeah. So Carly was going all over Boston just taking a million classes, and sometimes that can be tough mentally.
Yeah,
and you don't realize it.
Yeah,
I know. You feel like love it.
I mean, I think my whole mindset changed once I got into the industry and actually figured out that like everyone who I was working alongside was treating themselves like a professional athlete, and like I wasn't doing that, and I wasn't fueling my body correctly. Like, for example, Shake Shack was my number one meal, like, you know what I mean? That's what I learned. Maddie had a little bit of a different story.
I mean, I think for me it became one of those things where, like, in college, since we were Division I athletes, I never really had to keep track of what I was eating, right? I was working out for like 20 hours a week. I was like, yeah, I can eat whatever I want, and that didn't really create a problem for me. It was when I came out of college and I was not training, and I wasn't being lazy, but I was like, I just worked out for 4 years straight. I'm going to take a second and not do that. Which I was like, I deserve, I'm fine. And then I started catching myself doing these things where I'd be like, oh, well, I didn't exercise, so I probably shouldn't eat that, or like, oh, how many calories did I burn in this workout, which means like calculating how many calories are in my meal. And I had an Apple Watch, and it would set the goals, like the stand goal, the activity goal, and I was getting so hung up on the amount of calories I burned during the day, which I never had a problem with before. And I was like, fuck, like I'm overthinking everything about what I'm eating now because I'm nervous that I'm going to gain weight. Because at that point, I was definitely probably like 10 or 15 pounds heavier than I was when I was in college, which in the grand scheme of things, who cares?
That's nothing.
It wasn't even the weight that was bothering me that much. It was just me being like, I'm not where I used to be, kind of thing. And I think that's what kind of got me on this train to be like, I don't have to look like how I looked when I was a Division I athlete, which if you look in the history of like a lot of Division I athletes, they're like number one people to get an eating disorder.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Huge amount of athletes come out and talk about the mental health aspect of it all too after the fact, because you're like, what the hell am I doing
trained
now?
for 25 hours a week and then went to nothing.
And you look, and you can't help but look back at like pictures and be like, wow, I used to look like this, and I used to have this crazy stamina. And it's like, well, of course you did.
Yeah. Right. So it's a whole crazy thing. So I feel like that really made me feel like close to home in the sense, because now I have a great relationship with food, and it's more just because I've been, thinking more about it and more cognitive of the fact that I don't need to think about it. And it also helps because we talk about it so much that I'm like, if I'm telling people that I'm doing this, I need to continue to like be strong for everyone else.
And also we have seen a lot of our like riders, clients, like people like that who do have a very unhealthy relationship with food and exercise. And for the people that do come to us, we want to be their rock. We want to be the one to be like,
you can trust us.
You can trust us.
We're going to lead you in the right direction.
Yes, exactly. We don't want to like set any bad examples, because we need to lead by example in this. Like if we are preaching it, we need to practice it. Yeah. So,
and it's okay. Cause if you wake up one morning, you're like, I don't feel awesome about myself. We all have the devil. And I say this all the time. We all have the devil on our shoulder, but it's one of those things like flipping it and being like, okay, it's fine that I feel like this. Like it's fine that I feel like shit today.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Tomorrow maybe I'll wake up feeling a little bit better.
Right.
So
yeah, I think that's so important, honestly. And I think we've all been there at one point, and like in our lives or another, like whenever it happens, I just think that like just putting that emphasis on, in the end of the day, you're not going to look like what you looked like in college.
Right. Like
definitely not.
Or even high school. Like
high school.
That peak,
high school.
That like,
and also like, for example, every workout class, every diet that works for someone might not work for you. Yes. And like you need to find your own routine, your own groove, because like, for example, someone who does the South Beach diet and lost 50 pounds, like it might not work for you that way. It's so different. It's so based on like what you need to learn about yourself and your own body. So
100%.
That's honestly so true. I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, you can do, like, say you were doing one workout and you were doing one workout and your body's responded completely differently to them. Doesn't mean one was wrong and one was right. Like, it's just everything's different. Everyone's genetically made up so differently that you can't just prescribe the same shit for everybody. That's why we hate diet culture. Like, diet culture is like, every week we do like a hell yeah, hell not. And we're like, everything's a diet, and every diet we're like, no, don't do it.
Yeah.
And
Shit.
and that's okay, because we also say always, like, some people are going to really respond well to it, but some people's body will reject it. And like, and then same
Like
with
any
maintenance,
cleanse, like we hate cleanses. Like if you do a 3-day juice cleanse and you're like, yeah, I lost 10 pounds, you're going to gain it
water
all
weight.
back.
it's water weight, and it's not necessarily good for your body. We always look at the background of it, right? Like, you know,
like scientific articles.
yeah, scientific articles to be like, okay, if you're doing this diet, there might be some good things on the horizon, but also you have to think about long term. But we always say, if something is working for you, don't stop it, because we're like, we don't support it because everyone's different.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it's just getting the thought out of everyone's head, like, that carbs are bad. Carbs are not bad. Carbs are good for you. They'll be good for you forever.
Yeah.
There are good carbs. Like,
Yeah.
eat the pasta. It doesn't matter.
Eat the damn carbs.
Eat the damn carbs.
Yeah.
Always.
I know. I feel like people respond differently to carbs. Like, I feel like there are people that are fueled by it and people that aren't. Because, like, me, I don't eat meat. And I remember when I first became vegetarian, I've been, like, a vegetarian for, like, 9 or so years.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
but when
amazing.
I first became vegetarian, I didn't know how to properly like fuel my body, and all I did was eat carbs, like just nonstop carbs.
To like stay like your blood sugar.
Yeah.
Keep that up.
And now I know like how to like incorporate protein in my diet, and I just
So
feel like
important.
it is. It's huge. But some people, they feel sluggish when they eat carbs, and other people are like, no, I need carbs.
I thrive off
And
of
obviously
carbs.
everyone needs carbs, but to certain levels.
Yeah, like the complex versus.
I mean,
like, the
there's also
simple
like
kind of
carbs
things.
and like vegetables, fruit. Like there's carbs in everything.
So true.
Yeah.
I tried, because you brought up the hell yeah, hell nah, which
Yeah.
by the way, for those of you that do not listen to Eat the Damn Cake, we highly recommend it.
Oh,
that
thank you.
segment is
I love
so
it.
informative and awesome. They every single week they pick a diet fad, basically either from TikTok or South Beach diet.
Oh my
they
God,
do
the
keto,
TikTok.
everything, and they'll review it and they'll give it either a hell yeah or hell nah, and usually it's hell nah.
usually.
If it involves the word diet.
Yeah. Well, and most of the times it's like some girl on TikTok that's probably 15, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, I ate eggplants for a month straight. And that's all I ate." And it's like, okay, well, probably not.
Let's unpack that.
Yeah, but they get into the science of it and like what it actually does to your body, and I loved it. And you guys did one. I did the keto diet for a year.
You did?
Yeah.
Right, a year.
Oh my god.
How did it do for you?
And it was awesome when I listened to you guys talk about it, because you were so spot on. And it's like all through college I consistently like worked out, and if I didn't work out, I'd be like in Square's basement dancing, like breaking out of sweat.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I graduated. I worked a desk job, and I didn't go to the gym for a full year, and gained weight, and I never gained weight before, and I was freaking out, and I was like, what do I do? And I cut out carbs, and it worked, and I lost all this weight, and people were complimenting me, and they were like, you look so thin, and I was like, oh my god.
And yeah.
And you keep doing it, and then you reach a plateau, so you cut out more. And then I just remember like this time last year, I was like recapping this with you guys the other day, and I was like, it was so scary because not that this happens to everyone, but it happened to me where you become like afraid of carbs. Like I became scared of them.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yes.
oh my gosh, carbs are evil.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden I was like, wait, but you know, carbs are bad, but I also like I'm eating too much cheese, so I might kind of cut that out. And then I was like, well, I probably should also cut out meat. And then I was like,
You're like,
I
what are
also
you
should
eating?
probably
Yeah.
cut. And then there was like a point where I only eat vegetables, and I remember like just feeling so like
Defeated.
defeated, but like mentally not all there.
No.
And this time last year, I remember I was looking at pictures of myself from last year, because we were in Miami, which we're doing again this year, and I just like looked like a different, like I just felt horrible and didn't, like, I don't know, it was just like a very like scary thing, and that had never happened to me before.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that
It
like,
takes over your mind.
yes, it took over my
Mental.
mind to the point where it made me physically like so depressed, and I was like drinking more. I was like very, very upset with myself, and it was like nothing was ever enough. And I think when you cut things out so entirely, if you have even a little bit of it, you gain weight back. So your weight also kind of fluctuates even though you like you lose a lot of weight initially. Like it would go up, not a lot, but a teeny bit, and that would make me so depressed. And then I like would be like, oh my gosh, I can't eat today.
Yeah.
Oh my
that
gosh.
creates like such
Yes,
a
and I was like,
toxic
okay, well,
environment.
I'm going to dinner with my friends tomorrow night, so I'm just not going to eat today, and then I'll eat dinner tomorrow night.
Yeah.
And it's like it gets, and it built up though. Is I guess the point. Like it didn't start all one day. It was like over a year. All of a sudden, I was like, wait, like who am I? Like I never used to be like this before, and it took a very long time. And I actually started seeing my trainer, her name's Danny. She literally is the most amazing person in the world, and she taught me so much about nutrition and like
so great.
fueling yourself. And she was like, you know what's so funny, Shannon, is she was like, you want to look this certain way, so you're starving yourself. But she was like, you're not going to look like that unless you feed your body with like the fuel that it needs. And it was like the most interesting thing, because it was like she was so smart, and I was like, that makes so much sense. And I was just thinking of it wrong. But I guess the whole point of that whole rant was that I don't think everyone that does the keto diet is going to develop like an unhealthy relationship with food, but I can totally see that happening. And if you're someone that tends to like think that nothing's ever enough, I could see it going a negative way.
Well, yeah. And
Well, one of the trainers that I used to work alongside, she said she trained brides exclusively 9 months out before their wedding. And she said most of her brides weren't eating enough. Like weren't fueling their body enough. They would send like 6 blueberries and like a scrambled egg and be like, this is my breakfast. And she's like,
no.
put more on that plate. Like
I mean,
and that's like, people don't realize you
huge
need
problem
to eat
and that
to
was me
lose
too. I'd be
weight.
like, oh, I'll skip breakfast and I'll work out 2 times and I'll be good. And then your body holds on to reserve fat if you're not eating enough. So that's why we like hold on or retain weight that you're technically trying to lose. So that's like the biggest misconception, I feel like, too. But like that's such a like incredible way that you like found
I know
your
and
way
like
through
figured
that.
out your journey and like how like to make yourself have a healthy relationship with eating and exercise again. I mean, thank God your trainer was knowledgeable and not shoving like, nope, yep, you got to keep working out. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's amazing, because you don't always come across that.
Yeah, for sure. Wait, and then last question for you guys. What do you think about, because I feel like this is another trend. What do you guys think about intermittent fasting?
Oh, we actually did.
Yeah, we dove into this and we said, so if you're doing it based on time.
Yes. Time was okay. So
time is okay between like the hours of like 12 and 8. If like some people aren't breakfast people, and that's fine. And like, we're like, grab a protein shake, grab like something that will like tide you over. But between like timing, it's okay.
So there's a few different kinds of intermittent fasting. You can go calorie based or you can go time based. And the most popular one is when people just don't eat for the first like 4 or 5 hours of the day. And that's fine. The only thing we said, there was like a loophole. If you're just doing it and you're not like, you wouldn't count yourself as an incredibly active person. Like if you're not going to workout classes often and stuff like that, then that's fine. If that's what you want to do for your diet, that's great. And I've seen a lot of people have success with it.
Yeah.
Only issue is like, if you are the type of person that rolls out of bed, wants to go to a nice, like intense workout, you need to fuel yourself after. Right. Like it's not safe for you. Like it's not good for your body to do that. And
then just starve yourself for 3 hours after. You need to
like, cause
you're
gonna be hungry. We're already fasting through the entire time we're sleeping, right? And that's why it's called breakfast. So
break fast.
Like, and I didn't even know that. Yeah. I didn't even think of that until I got into college, right?
But fast. Breaking that fast.
Yeah. But we never said a clear no, only to the ones that were like, eat 500 calories this day and eat like 1,000 the next day. We were like, that's not enough. So,
no, that's not. Yeah. So that's our view on intermittent fasting.
That's the only one we weren't like a heavy hell no.
Yeah, no, it's like a maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I feel like that one, like I think it's one of those things where like people react to it differently. I've heard like amazing things from some people for that.
Right. And then some people are like, I didn't notice a damn thing. I'm like, yeah, it's probably what I do.
I think I unintentionally do it.
Yeah, me too.
Unless I'm
You're
working
like, 1
out.
o'clock, haven't eaten? Well, that's weird.
Yeah, exactly.
It's fine though.
All right. Well, that was very informative. I definitely learned a few things. I'm like over here taking notes.
Yeah.
Break fast. Got it. Okay.
Break fast. Got it.
Break fast.
After the last 20-minute rant, she's like, break fast.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But before we let you guys go, we thought that we would play a game.
Yes.
I love games.
We love games.
Similar, you guys do this on your story, this or that.
Yeah.
This or that.
So we thought we would, make you guys feel a little bit at home and
Love
play
it.
with you
I live for
guys.
this.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Okay. Workout in the morning or at night?
Morning for sure.
Gym or outdoors?
Ooh, outdoors. Only if it's sunny. Get a tan. Get
I
a
would
tan
say,
going.
I'm going to say gym. More equipment.
Okay.
Leg day or arm day?
Leg.
Arms.
Leg.
Give me that juicy butt.
Pilates or yoga?
Pilates.
Are you kidding me?
Pilates is so hard, but so fun.
Maddie, the one bar class I took you
That's
to, you
not
were
Pilates.
okay,
that's
but
bar.
it's like hand in hand with yoga,
Cardio or weights?
cardio,
weights.
Bar club.
club. Take
Yeah,
your
sure.
tops off.
Girlfriends or guy friends?
Ooh, girlfriends,
Girlfriends
my gals.
for sure.
Cake or brownies?
Cake.
Brownies.
Thirsty Thursday or
damn cake,
Sunday
I know.
Fun Day? Oh, yeah.
Oh, Sunday fun day.
Sunday fun day always.
Okay. Pasta or pizza?
Pasta.
Vodka or tequila?
Tequila.
Vodka.
You guys have been opposite on every single one.
We are so different.
Not one thing the same.
No, literally, we're polar opposites.
Oh, I love that. Okay, online or in-person shopping?
Online.
In person.
What the hell? What? Really? Not one thing?
I
Okay.
love online.
How about Instagram or TikTok?
Instagram.
TikTok.
Oh,
I'm
okay. Okay, the last one. If you guys don't get this right, then I
Oh,
quit.
God.
Piercings or tattoos?
Piercings.
Okay.
Okay.
We have one thing in common.
Wow.
One thing in common.
We are sisters,
We're
believe it or
sisters.
not.
We don't look alike,
Nope.
and we have nothing in common. So
Cheers to that.
Except for your brand and your podcast.
yeah,
exactly.
Except the
Except
things
for the
we do
fact
together.
that you work together and do everything together. But
Yeah.
other than that, nothing.
Other than
in
that,
common.
yeah.
Well, honestly, thank you so much, Maddie and Carly, for joining us. This was so much fun. Honestly, you guys are like a breath of fresh air. It's just nice being in your presence.
Oh, thank
Um,
you.
guys,
That's
for
the
those
nicest
of
thing
you-
anyone's ever said to me.
For those of you that would like to be in their presence more, which we highly suggest that you do, go ahead and follow them. Can you guys plug yourselves?
Plug
Let's plug ourselves
Okay.
up.
Eat the Damn Cake podcast at Built by Biron, at Carly Biron, at Maddie Byron.
No, it's at Madeline. Byron.
Oh, yeah, she went
my
professional.
Full name.
She went professional
she went on
recently.
LinkedIn
I
on
know.
that show.
I know. Someone told me I had to claim it. I'm
did.
like, yeah, it is you.
And you forgot that.
Yeah, come on.
I forget everything.
But yeah, give us a little follow.
Yeah.
See what we're up to.
Subscribe to their podcast. It's honestly awesome and so informative, and especially for girls out there. Guys, I mean, just figure it out. But the girls out
Whatever
there,
you need.
Get it together.
All right. Well, you can find them on the same platforms that we are on. That is YouTube, Apple, Spotify, iHeart Radio. While you are following them, make sure you leave us a rate and review.
Review
5
them.
stars. Review. Make sure you review our girls too.
yes.
And
Only say nice things to them, but if you want to talk shit about us, that's fine.
No,
anything is fine.
treat them well.
If you don't have
That's the
anything nice
best.
to say, don't say it at all.
Drinks after work? Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Best
Come
girls
on.
ever.
Come on.
Come
Too nice for
on.
us.
Come on, baddies.
We'll see you guys next week.
Thank you, baddies.
Woo! Cheers.
Cheers.